Both teams laying down the haka. Tōku Manawa, Mana Matatū, led by Ona Palu, Daihene, Martha Mataele, and he piko he taniwha, Turu Paunamu, Kennedy Simon, and Arihi ana Marino Tauhunu.
Last year these teams met and there was just a couple of points between them. Matatū had a sideline conversion to tie it up, couldn't do it. Now they get another crack as Maggie Okakoa will take charge of this match. Ben Willis and Tiana Ngawati and Lee Jeffrey.
Perfect.
Round 3 of Super Rugby Aupiki. Matatū in the blue and the Chiefs in the black.
Good. Go on the clock, okay? Sweet.
Underway off the boot of Shea Robbins-Reti, and already an indication of that wind that Ruby Tui mentioned pre-match of how stiff that breeze is, hanging up in the air, and a mistake straight away for Matatū.
Yeah, not only is the wind playing an issue, but Manawa actually won the toss and chose to receive against that wind. As you can see, bit of a genius move there.
So Chiefs Manawa will get to set a scrum on halfway in the opening moments of this match and see if they can light up this electric backline, which has been in some try-scoring form.
Set!
Arahiana Marino Pohine will feed the scrum, and off the back they go through Simon. And it's Willison playing up in the line, looking to get Paul into it. Great hands from Merirangi. Paul has The Chiefs swing hard onto attack, but then concede the penalty. Great work over there. It might have been Lucy Jenkins it is, to win that ball back.
Well, she's been dangerous, hasn't she? She hunts out those edges and it was always looking for that turnover. Tanika Willison did a good job to get on the outside of a defender and pick up Merirangi Paul, but straight away Jenkins is on that ball, tidies it up, and Matatū now get the position they were chasing in that first kickoff. You see here, Ruby.
Yeah, look, this is not easy to do. Neeks just didn't win the height battle there, and Jenkins just hung on with everything she's got. But the win is going right to left on your screen, so an important steal there.
That one just drifting away too, and it's Charmaine Smith who picks up the loose ball as Luca Connor tries to barrel over her first defender. And it's stolen again by Matatū. So won a couple of key contact areas straight away, have the visitors, and that allows them to swing onto attack through Duplessis. Amy Duplessis with the offload for Renee Holmes. Skips out of the first tackle, opening up for Shay Robbins-Reti. Well, they made a couple of mistakes, but they've scored a scorcher to start this match. Shay Robbins-Reti.
Well, it's a perfect start for Matatū, exactly what they wanted as well. They know that the Chiefs traditionally haven't been starting so well in their opening 2 rounds, and this is exactly what they wanted, but also the skill set. You saw the ball change hands a few times here. As soon as they get some space, initial contact there from Duplessis, she gets the offload, but look at the skill here from Renee Holmes. Draws in that last defender, puts her right, no one's catching Shayel.
Oh, that was beautiful to watch. Shay Robbins-Reti, well deserved. But for me, I love the way Duplessis just took the line on. And not only did she take it on, she took 2 defenders in with her. Holmes and Robbins-Reti still had a job to do, but running at the line like that, beautiful. And the key for me was the turnovers at the rucks. Chiefs will definitely have to clean that up.
Renee Holmes chips the conversion over, and Matatū, despite those couple of mistakes, get first point, 7 points to 0.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Hans. Reminds me of you. Just doesn't care if there's 2 people in front of her, just hits the line head on and creates all sorts of space for her outsides.
Might have been Pip Love who won it back for them on the 10-metre line after a messy line-out. Willison restarts us and sends this long and deep. Chiefs with the wind at their back, and here is Holmes getting rid of the first defender as well. Made massive metres over the course of the season. That one's a mistake, though, from Kelly to hand Chiefs possession.
Renee Holmes showing real intention here, wanting to get involved, and I like her decision-making from the back there. She chooses to run and take really hard contact to get them some momentum. Fortunately, the ball not quite going again. Hand there between Daihini and Rosie Kelly, but great opportunity now for Chiefs to strike back. You see them, they'll love this scrum move that they have been using the last 2 rounds.
20 metres out from the Matatū line, Arahiana Marino Kohini will feed the scrum. It's come out the back quickly, so they'll go to the blind through Willison again, who's up in the line. One's clattering into some heavy contact. Willison slow to get up, in fact still down. The Chiefs will play on. Matatū trying to lock in over this ball, can't do so. And now they'll roll up the sleeves here. Will the Chiefs Manawa? Kaluna Vale has it tucked under the left wing. Pick and go again, spills out the side, and here's Bremner. Chelsea, that is, the sisters playing against each other for the first time to the day. The bounce is kind for Maka. And blowing through, just disrupting, hassling and haranguing Matatū, and they might look to counter-attack here from deep. It is Rosie Kelly, she's going to have the pace there, and then just bangs it downfield. Off that right boot, Chubik is there. Chiefs losing ground though. Chubik gets rid of a couple of defenders, tries to force it. Well, it's ragged at the moment from the Chiefs, but Dulles has got a bit of space, and she'll definitely have the pace on Alana Bremner. Georgia Dulles is weaving her way back in field up over halfway. Talk about end-to-end start to this match. Kaluna Vale. Again, the Chiefs come through the experience of Hohepa. No way through. Some pretty robust Matatū defence early on. Kalunavale's tipped up by Ponsonby. Now Chiefs getting back on the front foot again and popping a little ball. Good hands for Bremner. Willison is there in support. They've got numbers if they can get it there. Bounce is okay for Paul. But Matatū's defensive line is organised, although they concede the penalty.
14, must roll.
Chiefs are well known for running that short side play. Seen it quite often used. They're going to take the kick here option, but they use Merirangi Paul down the short side quite often with her footwork. It's a great matchup on that far edge against Grace Steinmetz there. They had a couple of good battles already.
10 seconds into your 60 seconds.
That number 14 position too. It's frustrating when you don't get good pull. And as you can see, Matatū obviously are just trying to shut down the outside attack that we've seen Manawa just rip teams apart with. Great game plan, trying to stop the momentum of the Manawa, disrupting every ruck. So if I was out there as 14, I'd be asking for some better ball. But that's down to Matatū and their suffocating defence.
Tubic under pressure here. The T didn't get out there. She's only got about 20 seconds left.
10 seconds.
This one is just away from Hazel Tubic. Had to hurry it, but it was a heck of an effort as Matatū looked to run out from deep. Here's Grace Brooker, first real touch for her. And Cindy Nellis is carried really hard. Chiefs turn to try and disrupt here, but now they'll look to the Buddha Kelly just to send it down. Only gone as far as the 10-metre line, and Willison's well positioned. Tubic now. Again, big collision. Duplessis and Rule, the Southlanders, coming together to make the tackle. Kalunavale rumbles over the top of a couple. Up towards the 22 come the Chiefs. Plenty of pressure on the Matatū line now. Connor.
Through the middle.
Ball was out, and Heaney was awake to it for Matatū. Tubic looks to step back into the traffic. Rules dug away in there, but again, good ball retention and recycling from the Chiefs. Hohepa throws a flat ball straight through the hands of Fitzgerald. And a promising build-up comes unstuck.
Well, they were building nicely, weren't they? Getting up to 10 plus. Look at the contact here between Tanya Kalunivale and Pip Love. One up for Tanya in that battle, but also Matatū, their smothering defence, not really allowing the Chiefs to get any front foot ball.
This one's gone over the top of Alana Bremner's hands, and it fell into Chelsea at Bremner's hands. Battle of the Bremners underway, and it's 1-0 to Chelsea.
Just let it come.
Slow ball for the Chiefs as Thwaites rumbles it a metre or so. They've been pinned down in this area, Matatū.
Advantage.
And you can hear,
Not rolling.
yep, ball is slow, and they've got another penalty advantage here, the Chiefs, Manawa.
Yeah, Amy Rule making a real menace of herself
Scrum
during that breakdown. She's hunting for everything, unfortunately. She's pinged there for not rolling away. You can see the Chiefs, they're willing to go to the pick and go and continue to just keep chipping away, yard after yard, inch after inch. That's what they do so well when they go wide here. Take a look at this, Ruby.
Yeah, Ariana Marino Tohino just getting really frustrated at the delivery of her ball. It's not good enough by her standards, and that's Matatū disrupting it, but the downfall of trying to disrupt every ruck is you must keep your discipline, and it's slipping there. And Ariana will be in Maggie, the ref's ear, for the rest of the match, I can guarantee you that.
Well, they've had some good attacking chances here for the Chiefs, and here comes another one. Marino Tohino, though, is scragged by her opposite Heaney, well read by Di Heaney. They come back to the blind side, and it's another mistake in possession from the Chiefs, and that allows Matatū to bust out. Kelly's got a good turn of pace and a chop back in field, looking for a support. It comes with a crossfield kick. It's clever as Holmes gets not quite the bounce, but Steinmetz does. Steinmetz back in field, Duplessis. Chiefs had along the way. Amy Duplessis thinks so, but what a bust out again from Matatū.
Just the transition and play for me. How good was that? The immediate reaction of Rosie Kelly to take that sideline. She backed herself in pace. She knew she had 90 metres to go, but she was in for clear money. She went looking for her support, but the decision here to put the kick through, she knew she had players out wide, and who best to find? And the likes of Renee Holmes and Steinmetz, who we know has got pace to burn. Unfortunately, pass here, not quite going to hand.
Yeah, I'd have another look at this too. It was such a good run of play. It looked like Paul Hepper's left hand, but hey, the ref's always right.
Set.
Always. Wow, what a breakout though again, Matatū. They are showing how dangerous they are on the counter-attack. But this is a bit of a statement of intent from the Chiefs. Big scrum controlled in the back.
Use it now, Kennedy.
By Simon, who has to use it. Oh, stepping her way through, it's clever. And a good turn of pace as well from Marino Tohinu to put the Chiefs back onto the front foot. Thwaites is there. Again, that ruck ball's a bit messy though for the Chiefs, and it just allows Matatū to reset. Here's a penalty.
Yeah, Amy Rule again being pinged. Played at the halfback there. But how good was the break from Rihiana Marino Tohinu initially? Just got such good footwork. She can step anybody, really, but also the show of pace. She dashes up the field. 40 metres, here it is there. Good left foot step. Takes off, putting Chiefs in a primary attacking position, but it all goes back to that scrum. Their scrum is very efficient, and they really pride themselves in that area.
Big throw here for Connor. She goes to Chelsea Bremner, and they will set to drive on the Black Ferns lock. Connor's got it tucked in the back, and this is where she's really dangerous, leading try scorer in the competition. Luca Connor, as the Chiefs really get away on. She controls it so superbly, then just peels away Luca Connor. Wrapped up by Reynolds. Through the hands this time, but again the pass allows Matatū to come up and make a big spot hit. That was Robin Zleti, the try scorer. Maka gets rid of a couple.
Backwards.
Connor. Kalonavale, the next runner-up. Marino Tohinu will pick out the next. Tubic are playing under advantage. Little chip kick ahead. Steinmetz can't bring it in. And Medirangi Paul swoops on the loose ball to strike back for the Chiefs.
Well, you could feel it building for the Chiefs, and you knew it was a matter of time. They've had so much possession in this opening 15 minutes of the match. But bring it back to the skill set again of the backs. They continue to add variation, and the unexpected hit. Hazel Tubic, perfectly weighted kick. Steinmetz can't bring it in. Medirangi is adding to her try tally.
Yeah, in the pre-match we talked about the variation of kicking and running from the 10s. We saw Rosie Kelly try kick pass at this end, and now Hazel Tubic, knowing she was under advantage, showing her skill set with a nice little pop over top. Beautiful chemistry. Medirangi Paul too, we highlighted her before the show. Her chemistry with Hazel Tubic, reading what she's going to do. She was up nice and flat to be able to be in the right place at the right time, and that's what happens.
Hazel Tubic from the similar position where she missed a penalty just to the right 5 minutes or so ago. And again, this one will stay right as well. So Chiefs score through Medirangi Paul, but it's still Matatū who lead Chiefs Manawa 7-5 after 15 minutes at Waikato Stadium. to put a bit more on it. You heard it come off the boot from Robbins-Retty. Oh, the Chiefs have let this bounce.
Take it back.
Who tidies it up eventually for Tubic to bang this downfield. Renee Holmes really well positioned again as she gets the return ball, and she also gets Kate Henwood, was it, at the same time? Did well to recover, did Holmes, and lay that back and bring Matatū up over halfway. Brooker. Room for Grace Brooker at the moment. You know how skillful she is, and now Matatū have a penalty advantage. It's a good charge from Alana Brenda, good carry. Steinmetz plays halfback through the hands, still under advantage, so Holmes tries the little kick across field, and again it just hangs up in that win. Robbins-Retty does well, and that's a good offload for Jenkins, and now space here for Kelly again. Cover defence comes across, can't get her, and this time Rosie Kelly does go in the corner.
Try Matatū, number 10, Rosie Kelly.
Well, how good is the answer back from Matatū? They are up for this game. They definitely have all the energy and are throwing everything at Chiefs Manawa today. Just look at the interplay here. The kick, pass, goes wide, bang on the money for Shea Robbins-Retty. The support play from Brooker. Again, Rosie Kelly on the inside. This time she backs herself. Tanika Willison can't pull her in. And Matatū stretch out their lead.
We saw Rosie Kelly kick passing against the Blues 2 weeks ago when Matatū got their first win, and the only thing that could have made it better was if Holmes joined her in the kick passing. The reason a kick pass is so hard to defend is that the fullback and the winger opposite don't know what to do or who to take. It creates confusion, it draws in the wrong defenders, and that is exactly what happened.
Wow, Rosie Kelly's been given the keys to drive this team around this season. Regular game time, we always know how skillful she's been. Now, Renee Holmes, who was a key part of that try, can't convert it though as well. But it's Matatū who lead 12-5 after 16 minutes.
Can forgive Holmes for missing that one. I think she was still getting up from running into Henwood, maybe Hans.
Willison again sends the restart long, deep down into Matatū territory, but they've shown they're willing to run this out of here as Holmes gets through the first tackle. They're running into a breeze, and they've run into each other. They've got in all sorts of mess, did Roland Parks. And that hands the Chiefs a penalty right in front of the sticks.
Yeah, definitely not the place you want to do an obstruction with a kicker like Tubic. She'll take this all day, especially a win behind her, Hans.
Yeah, I got it on my watch.
Yeah, the penalties conceded are really starting to notch up for Matatū. That could be the third penalty on Amy Rule also, so she'll be looking to improve in that area, but Hazel Truber is quick to make the decision to take the points right out in front of the post.
Tubic from out in front closes the gap for the home team. Chiefs Manawa been rocked back a couple of times by Matatū. It's Matatū leading 12 points to 8.
When they cut that to me.
Robbins Reese again. The Chiefs let this last one bounce, and look at that hang up in the breeze once more. Brooker tries to spike it back
forward into touch.
volleyball style, but it's come off the Chiefs' hand, and they've played on anyway, have they?
Two people here. It's already set. There's two people from each side. You do have the choice of a scrum or a line-out.
Ruby, how stiff is that breeze down there? I was just wondering with the previous line-out that the Matatū had to throw to, and I think they've opted for the scrum here because.
Yeah, so absolute kicker's dream. Not only is it strong and stiff, but it's very inconsistent. So you might think, oh yeah, there's no wind, I can throw it now, and then the breeze will just pick up. So it's definitely not easy to handle out there. I'd go for a scrum too.
Bind! Set! Easy. Just had a slip on both sides. The feet have come out. They've been good so far.
Just as I say that though, Hans, you mentioned earlier
This way, yeah. I'll just put you in some fresh grass.
the strength of the
They've been good
Chiefs
so far.
scrum.
Keep our feet underneath us.
They're leading the stats with a 95% success rate with their scrums, so all eyes are on the Matatū front row to give it right on back.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
And then out it goes for Heaney, and away come Matatū. Brooker on the run, but it's Kelly who gets it, and she's got Steinmetz coming in. Can't quite control it on the fingertips, but does well to recover Grace Steinmetz, and then just accelerates away. She's got pace to burn, and Steinmetz goes in for Matatū's third. What a try, Grace Steinmetz.
Well, how good is that for Grace Steinmetz? She gets her first start for the year, and she gets first points up on the board for her. But initially, you see the scrum move unfold here. The ball not initially going to hand. She crawls back for it, and here she just slips out of the tackle of Hazel Tubic. And you can't give her any room because she has got serious speed.
She's fast, she's known for her fitness too. And her way to the try line, some pretty epic seasons for the Canterbury FBC. So it's super awesome for her to get a meat pie right under the post. So it should be a 7-pointer. The kicker's happy, how good.
Well, Grace Steinmetz test debut last year as well, and just showed some of the reasons why as the conversions eased over as well. And Matatū streak ahead after 22 minutes, 19 points to 8.
The bounce of a ball can be so cruel sometimes, but a loose ball is something that you have to be so wary of because it can go anywhere. The defense is all unstructured and it just becomes a battle of who wants it the most. And in that moment, it was that woman on your screen, Grace Steinmetz. Well done.
Steinmetz, the try scorers again. The Chiefs go deep. Oh, is it stolen? Yeah, just got a little isolated. It's Charmaine Smith, they'll get the pat on the back.
That's a big moment for Charmaine Smith and for the Chiefs. Once again, perfect opportunity here for them to strike back. It's been one of those games, tit for tat, with both these teams throwing everything in this opening 23 minutes.
Yeah, and look at those penalties conceded. It's really starting to affect the Matatū. And also Chiefs, you know, handily are also the best performing line-out team with 86%.
Chelsea Bremner, they will drive on her. Matatū having a dig in here now as Chiefs come at them. Connor has a nose for the try line. Luca Connor, she spies the blind and it'll just crash over. Expertly done once more by Luca Connor and Chiefs Manawa.
Luca Connor is fast becoming the best hooker in this competition, but also the best try scorer. Some of these I think she could do with her eyes closed, but it all comes down to the 1%ers and how well they form this driving more. They get some momentum there. You can see Smith and Bremner doing the work in the front for Connor to get in the corner.
Oh, this is child's play for MVP, Luke O'Connor. She was most valuable player of Super Rugby last year. She throws up the mighty O for Portuguese, where she hails from. But there's some good, smart footy, isn't it? Concede the penalty. You know Matatū are giving them away. Kick for the line out because your set piece is the highest in the comp. And now Tubic's got a big kick coming up, but well played. Good reply, Chiefs.
Tubic again has just put the scope back on the radar and nailed that one. The gap closes once more. The converted try means it's Matatū 19, the Chiefs 15. Fifth try of the season for Luke O'Connor. Robbins-Letty, that's precision kickoff. Really well done and knocked back by Nellis. It's there for Love, who's tidied up the loose ball. It's more ball for Matatū. He does well as the oncoming tight forwards came at her, and that's a good carry from Rule, but it might have been stolen away, not quite. Oh, unlucky Connor.
Pass the ball first.
The restart's really becoming an issue for Chiefs Manawa. They've lost the last three, allowing that ball to bounce.
Yeah, look, Luke O'Connor has not done much wrong in this competition, but right there, that split second of her hands onto the ground. Maggie, the ref, explained it. Hopefully now everybody's seen how that works. Don't put your hands on the ground and she might get those ones.
Good example of it right there as Ponsonby finds Lucy Jenkins, and that one's been ripped away though by Kaluna Vali, who barrels forward 10 metres, just got stolen out of the hands of Jenkins, and now Marino Tauhine loses control of it just as the gap opened up. And we'll go back. Both teams squandering opportunities there. There's Matatū leading the Chiefs Manawa 19-15, and gives us a chance to catch up with Chiefs assistant coach Brent Kawa. Kia ora, Brent, thank you for your time. Boy, it's had a bit of everything. Where have Matatū just been able to catch you on the hop a couple of times?
I think it's more we need to stick to game plan. I think playing our first home game, I think we're a bit excited and we just need to calm the ship. But Matatū, they've been clinical today. I've got to give them that.
Brent, the restart's a bit of an issue for Chiefs Manawa. You'll be chatting to them at halftime about that.
Absolutely. It's something we need to fix, especially going into the second half, but definitely.
Well, that'll keep your scrum coach happy. We'll let you go, Brent. Oh, massive scrum for your team. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Oh, just powering Matatū off the ball. Remember, that's an all-international type 5 of Matatū. Tubic playing under advantage, and that's a crossfield kick that's gone backwards about 10 metres and now tidied up by Fitzgerald. Oh, clever from Marino Tauhine, will just roll this kick over the top. The bounce is just there for Holmes. And they'll go back, and they're playing under a couple of advantages there, I think.
I'll offer. So Kennedy, we've got 14 offside here, and then we've got the back line offside at the scrum. Probably about halfway in between the 10 and the 50. Okay. Back line not holding 5 at the scrum.
You can see the intention of Matatū's defence. Real smothering defence, but they're really being...
Just here.
They're having to pay for it here. You can see the penalties conceded are really starting to tick over for them, and they're just gifting away vital field position and territory for the Chiefs Manawa, allowing them back into this game.
Yeah, giving the best performing set-piece team more set-piece, definitely not what you want to do. I think if the message for the Chiefs Manawa at halftime is clean the kickoff receipts up, the message for Matatū has to be the penalty count is far too high.
Connell will throw on the 22 as it's dragged in nicely by Thwaites. Matatū have got well organised this time, but again, Connor is just so expert, and now another penalty advantage allows Connor to peel away once more, playing under advantage. As Simon clears for Paul coming in off her wing. Hands are just good enough from Hohepa in the middle. Now Dales. Hasn't had a lot of room and space yet, Georgia Dales, and doesn't have a whole lot there either. Chiefs pressing once more.
Pass forward there.
Just
coming
getting
back.
piggybacked
Two blue,
upfield.
collapsing them all.
Here, the Chiefs.
Not yet. See her by the time she slaps today. Two blue, collapsing.
It's Georgie Ponsonby this time being penalised for collapsing that more. We know what Chiefs will do here. They'll go to the line, they'll reset their line out and look for points.
Well, it's all well and good knowing what's going to come at you, a bit like the Crusaders or the Red Roses of England, but it's finding a way to stop it. That's Matatū's problem at the moment. As Connor will throw this line out. And I was going to say we'll probably get it again, but mistake comes. Real let off for Matatū.
I think there was a bit of confusion there as to who was going up. You could hear Chelsea being caught out, but also Alana was going up to contest it. So once again, we see the sisters going to battle.
This one follows us this afternoon. Hurricanes Poa against the Blues, needing a win, the Blues. And then it's off to Lautoka as well on Sky Sport 3, Fiji and Drua and the Crusaders. And then the Hurricanes Blues from Sky Stadium, all live on Sky Sport tonight. Big scrum again from the Chiefs, just monstering Matatū off this ball and controlling it at the back. It just spills out for Simon and goes herself, the captain. That is muscle and brawn. And then the score from Kennedy Simon.
Well, how good is that from the Chiefs? Such a massive weapon for them. Kennedy Simon shaking Tanya Kalunivoli's hand because this is a huge win for them up against a fierce pack of Matatū. And hats off to Greg Smith, the scrum coach for the Chiefs. He'll be proud of that. Good work, Kennedy Simon.
Wow. This was huge. Keeping in mind, Tangia Wainohu was meant to start another Black Fern for the Chiefs Manawa, but she didn't. It's Henwood in there with Connor and Kalonivale. Just increasing that percentage of successful scrums. I love how Simon looked up and said, hang on, I can do this. I can do this in my sleep, gain another 3 meters and get a meat pie myself. This is actually amazing. The Chiefs carrying on this consistency and set piece domination.
Well, they've come from 19-8 down, and now Hazel Tubic will just go not quite an off, but they're ahead anyway. The Chiefs sneak ahead 20-19.
Yeah, look at that. She goes, hang on, Hazel, don't worry about it. I've got this. Bulldozed over her Black Ferns teammate, Lana Bremner.
So Matatū, who have had all the running in open spaces and look so good with ball in hand, need to get their forwards fronting as well. As Robin Zeti again clears 10 metres, and again, well, this time it'll come off a Chiefs hand. Rather a Matatū hand. It'll be Chiefs throw the line out.
It's a good option that Matatū are taking with those short kickoffs. Shao Robbins-Riti using that sevens experience, sending her players up to contest for that ball, and they've done well previously. So they sort this line out.
Thwaites again at the front. This nice quick ball. Pretty clinical set piece at the moment from the Chiefs to launch from, and this woman, Kalonivale, is having a really strong first half. Another advantage, more penalty against Matatū.
12. Never on her timing.
Grace Brooker it was,
Timing, offside. 12.
who shot up out of the line too quickly.
Yeah, Matatū need to be careful here. I wouldn't be surprised if referee Maggie Kogaʻo starts looking at some cards. Their penalty count is really starting to tick up, and once again, Chiefs 8-2 there, look at that. But Chiefs once again, they get into their green zone and they'll want to finish this half off strong and stretch that lead out.
Yeah, you can see what Matatū are trying to do. They talked about it before the game, just shut down the outsides of Chiefs Manawa because they know how dangerous they are, but either talk to the ref or the toucher to try and get their timing on point.
Here's another drive from Matatū as Connor hits their target. And now we'll come away with it. Up over the 22 go the Chiefs Manawa again. Ball was out for Marino Tohinu. And now the captain Simon goes once more. It lays back for the halfback. Tubic to the line. And now spills out the other way. And finally, Matatū get a penalty back, holding on. This is the call. That one will feel like blessed relief, I think, for Matatū after being under the pump the last 10 minutes or so.
And it was Rule. Amy Rule finally gets one. Doing the right kind of ruckus in the rucks.
I think she's probably still in the black somewhere, or in the red rather.
Yeah, look at the work there, both Ponsonby and Rule. She gets on that ball nice and early.
Now Matatū's line out works well, and Kelly's got the ball swiftly. Here's Brooker, she's a real creator in the middle and loves that little flick ball out the back of the hand, which Jenkins holds on to. Now Kelly up the middle. Oh, Henny can't hold on to this one though. And the Chiefs swing on to attack Willison, showing her good footwork to evade a couple of defenders.
Under knock-on advantage.
Here's Henwood. Tubic out for Thwaites, who finds some big open spaces to get the long limbs rolling. Kelsey Thwaites, cover defence coming across. Offload is better. Dales will cling on. And now the Chiefs put on a bit of razzle to score before half-time. Now Georgia Dales has it, but Kelsey Thwaites just opened up in front of it.
Oh, you gotta love it, can't you? Kelsey Thwaites here, huge opening for her. Pip really bites into early. See those big strides? And there's the recovery ball pick up from Hazel there. It's exceptional. Dales finishes off for the Chiefs Manawa.
This was just outstanding. How good from your type 5 runner. Like she's at the Olympics 100-metre race. Pops it up to Hazel, and then Chiefs Manawa, what was that pass? Whatever it was, it worked. And G. Dales does it best, finishing off those tries. She hasn't got the ball in her hands too much because of the Matatū defence, and that is why when she does get the ball, it's either a try or some decent carry metres. Oh, that was sensational to watch.
Oh, they've absorbed a lot of pressure, have the Chiefs. And as they tend to do in the period before halftime, the quarter before halftime, they've got their game rolling. And they're going to go into the break at this stage with a handy lead at least. And Schubert just slides it inside the left-hand upright to extend the advantage to 27-19.
Time's off. 9 black. Sub.
Arahiana Marino Tohinu coming to the side. Oh, and yeah, hobbling her way to the side.
Yeah, she's just taking a little break. Sure, she'll be fine, but Violet Hapiwai's number 21 gets to join the frame today.
Good opportunity for some good minutes here
Yeah, I got full halftime now.
for the 22-year-old Hapiwais. That one is not going to go 10 metres off the boot of
Can't end on that, guys,
Robin
because it hasn't
Zvetti.
restarted. Scrum.
Now we'll see the attitude
guys,
of
we
the
can't
Chiefs
end
here
on that
because they're
'cause the game
allowed to
hasn't
play on,
restarted, so we have
and
to
they'll
have
set
the
a scrum on halfway.
Well, we've seen previously in round 1 and 2, the Chiefs' intention to want to keep on playing. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot more running rugby.
We'll just get a ball, guys.
Well, that
Time's
helps.
Time's over, so it doesn't really matter. She's just like...
Maggie Coggerall will just get a ball. Here it comes. Well, this Chiefs scrum, though, has been a massive weapon of them. We've seen a couple of tight heads. Yeah, I'd fancy them to try and
tunnel, even if we move
get another scrum penalty at the very least out of this and march downfield deep into the half.
Bind! Set!
It's a very stable base to work from. Just get tangled in under the feet, but tidied up by Simon, who brushes off Duplessis. Reynolds wraps her up. Oh, it's good work from Martins. Oh, well, almost good work, but lost her feet in the process, Duplessis.
13 off feet. Yep, if you tap and kick it out, it's halftime. Yeah. Shot called.
Well, Hazel Tubic, 48 or so metres out on the angle, but with a breeze behind it. He's going to go for the shot on half-time.
I think this is an area in our wahine whutaporo that can really be grown. Why not take a 45, 48 metre kick? If the wind picks up at the moment she boots that ball, I've seen her do it before, it will go over that crossbar. But we need to be able to take these options. End of half-time, it takes it from 27 to 30, bit of a punch in the guts before half-time for Matatū. It's a big ask. She'll need the wind, but why not?
Yeah, exactly, Ruby. Good point as Tubic comes in and just slams, keeps their head down, driving it low, hard. Distance, easy, but just away. And now Matatū, instead of getting out of here, are going to run it out from behind their own sticks. Oh, it's risky because they've stolen it back, the Chiefs. Real risky.
Let it come.
And it could cause further problems for Matatū. Another penalty. Yeah, now you hear it. We'll play the line out.
Oh, decision making there from Matatū. They probably just needed to kick that one out and go to half time. Now they've got to defend this incredible line out from the Chiefs Manawa.
Connor to Chelsea Bremner, and here they go again. She's been the money in the middle for Connor just to be able to tuck it and get organised. A peel away, Luca Connor. Half a metre short of the line. Heaney put her body in the way. Fitzgerald low and hard and over. Risk versus reward. The Chiefs took it and they got the ultimate reward. Tennille Fitzgerald scores deep in to extra time in the first half.
Huge statement from the Chiefs, isn't it, to close out this first half. Once again, so hard to stop that driving maul. Daihini does well to bring Luca Connor down. Straight away, they're packing in the numbers. Tennille Fitzgerald takes a quick look, and she's in for all money.
Oh, they just went from bad to worse for Matatū ending their half. Luca Connor didn't even want to ask her captain. She said, I want a line out because I know I could smell a meat pie from a potiki, because it was Connor and Fitzgerald who linked up from the Western Bay of Plenty. How beautiful was that?
They do a good one down that way too. Yes, Hazel Tubic will line up, remembering the Chiefs were 19-8 down midway through this half. And she'll curl this one around superbly, Hazel Tubic, to end an emphatic half for the Chiefs Manawa. 34-19, they lead Matatū at half-time at FMG Stadium Waikato. Second half is underway. Chiefs Manawa leading Matatū 34-19. No changes to either team at half-time, but a heck of a mistake from Marcel Parks to start the first half. Second half, rather. So no changes at half-time. There was a late one in that first half for the Chiefs with Arahina Marina Kohini leaving the field and Violet Hapi-Wise coming on. And here's a let-off
so you can,
for Matatū.
Alana, you can have a scrum where she kicked it, which is just there, or you could have the penalty here. $12 in front of the kicker, or 15 in front of the kicker.
Oh, Holmes, that hasn't found touch. She's tried to peel off too many metres here.
Stay here.
And Tubic brings it in, and she's made a mistake. So that is about the most error-strewn start to a half you could hope to see, or not hope to see.
Yeah, both kickers on either side, making a couple of vital errors there as they open up the second half. But now opportunity for Matatū to really sort their line out.
Oh, it's gone over the hands of Bremner, and it falls for Bremner. Chelsea steaming downfield against her old team, wrapped up just by Henny.
Advantage over!
Hitting the line hard as Thwaites had a good first half. Here's Smith. Up your wise there in 21 for Tubic. Through the hands, Mucker and Hohepa. Good hands again, and now some space for Georgia Dales. Duplessis coming across field, and Brooker as well. They'll wrap Dales up. But make some good ground again, have the Chiefs. It's messy. Around the base, Happy Wise runs into traffic.
Advantage.
Another advantage already. Again, penalty count was high against Matatū, 10-4 in the first half, 10-3 in the first half, and now they've got another. Simon runs over the top of Bremner. Looking down a short channel now, the Chiefs through Willison and Kaluna Vali, who are really impressed in the first half and carries on well with a good strong carry. Thwaites, another advantage. And off feet there again too, still playing under advantage. The Chiefs, Matatū's discipline massively letting them down at the moment. Can the Chiefs make them pay? Little stand kick through ahead. Willison scoots it up herself and pots the ball for Chelsea. Bremner in support, 12 metres out from the Matatū line. Tubic, big wide cutout ball this time for Fitzgerald. Back in field for Hohepa around the corner for Dales to get a second. Pressure, 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 and Georgia Dales finishes.
Well, you gotta love that cheeky little smile from Georgia Dales at the end there to Marcel Parks. But look at the ball handling skills from Chiefs Manawa here. They find the space out wild. Dales attacks the space. Carla Hohepa with the offload. And once again, Dales is in for her second try of this match.
What a gut-busting 3 minutes we've had. That was an absolute team try. Tennille Fitzgerald with the cheeky inside, and then Carla Hohepa is basically the mayor of Hamilton after that offload. But everybody across the whole park doing their jobs. Luca Connor carrying hard, Kalone Vale carrying hard, Tanika Willison with the chip in behind as she's designated the kicking duties now. That was just fantastic across the entirety of the Chiefs Manawa outfit. What a way to start the second 40.
Willison will add 2 more for the Chiefs. Perfect start to the half for them. Problems for Matatū though. 41-19. Looks just here, Maggie Coggerall. You're talking to Lana Bremner there, sorry, Ruby.
Yeah, no, definitely need to have those conversations. But Hans, it looks like the Manawa have identified the flying Matatū D and figured out how to get around it.
Yeah, they're adding more numbers to the breakdown, aren't they? And Matatū really need to hold their discipline. You can see their intention. They're wanting to cause havoc in and around that breakdown, but they're getting pulled on too many penalties. Probably just need to leave it.
Robbins Letty sends us back down inside the Chiefs 22 as Tubic runs almost into her teammate, but just able to steer clear. There is Kate Henwood, bit of an unsung hero, as Daryl Suasua said. Here's Willison, now really starting to come into it, looking dangerous. Good hit Duplessis on Simon, though. She's a tough defender, Amy Duplessis. Looking to go through, can't quite get free. Kaluna Vale. Connor now just working, earning this right to go wide and let some of their flyers into it. Dales and Kennedy Simon. Simon, there's not a whole lot of room to work with there, and in fact runs out of it. It's a bit of a mistake from the Chiefs. Chance for Matatū to regroup.
That's a lot better defensive effort from Matatū, and you saw the likes of Grace Steinmetz heavily involved in that puts initial good hit on Kennedy Simon, so dangerous with ball in hand.
Line out was quick from Matatū. Here's Brooker, who just breaks down between Brooker and Duplessis, and quickest to the loose ball was the 37-year-old legs of Carla Hohepa, and she's won it back for the Chiefs, and they've got advantage again as Smith holds on. Up here Wise gets rid of Reynolds. Ooh, brace of halfback youngster coming in. Here's Paul Merirangi. Paul chips a little kick back in field for Holmes, but they'll go back and play the penalty. And yes, Maggie Coggerald is going to have a word here.
Kennedy, I'm just going to have a chat. Here's the mark. Alana. So that one's 13 side entry. I understand you guys want to compete, but we have to do it legally. People have to be on their feet. They have to come through the gate. So, tidy up the breakdown defense, please.
Yeah, definitely about time that chat was had. If I was Simon, probably would have been in Oar's ear as well, because 4 to 11, it's quite significant.
You're going for a line out. Yeah, I'll let you guys get 10 before I put time on.
Well, the concern for Matatū, I guess, is that
Time's
warning
on.
comes 6
13,
minutes into the
side
second
entry.
half.
Needs to be some real reliance on the leadership group of Matatū now.
Yeah,
Time's
speaking of leadership,
9,
Hans,
2,
Steph,
1.
Tauria Fox, Nat
Time's
Delamere,
off. We're getting some
and Georgia
subs.
Cormack are all joining the picture now.
Here's the middle. This is the middle. And this way. That's the middle. This is the mark. Time is off.
Steph Tauria Fox, plenty of leadership,
That's
plenty
complete.
of experience. Let's see what she can bring out there.
Time's on.
It's more good line-out ball for the Chiefs to work with, and they've splintered and fractured the Matatū defence again. Here goes Kelowna Valley again, who's putting in a really big shift, the young tight head prop, Henwood. And a penalty goes the other way this time.
These two
Connor, it
players
was obstructing.
4 and 2.
Oh, tap and go from Cormack. They're going to start chasing this game early, do Matatū. We know they've got the strength to break out from here. Here's Holmes running right over the top of Dales and up towards halfway. Flat this time for Reynolds.
Is it one of these girls that
And a
made
bit
the
of
tackle or the
that
further
trademark
left? Okay, we'll
energy
leave it, we'll
from
leave it.
Kendra Reynolds. Here's one of the newcomers. Sure Haere Fox, Cormack. And now Brooker looks for some territory, and she's just
She's fine.
sliced that hard off the side of the boot, completely overcooked it. Out on the full, and back they'll go to Matatū side of halfway.
Sorry, mate.
That's unlucky that went out on the full, because she was in her own half, so it could have been a first 20. Just look at this from Holmes. Tells Dales to
Time's off.
go back home. That's the physicality that
If they are slow
Matatū
with numbers,
need to bring to this game. I think Chiefs, Chiefs Manawa are known as the bullies of this game.
I'm not going to expect you guys to know.
As the ref continues her chats and Thwaites take a bit of a break.
I'm just going to see what it is. Time is off, guys. Time's off. Okay. Okay. Are you coming into the lineup? Okay.
She's on her way. According to both physio
Yeah,
and
I
player.
agree. I didn't get
Kelsey
a clear
Thwaites,
view
get on
on
the
how
booster.
to
Yep,
decide.
here I am.
Okay.
She had a good,
She's
good
come in as
first
well.
half,
If you guys
Kelsey
need to add
Thwaites.
someone.
Don't be
Time's
sitting
on.
around though anymore with anything that doesn't look to be a serious injury. Brenda, as it's Fitzgerald who just races away. Good charge from Tennille Fitzgerald, and it's nice ball for Hapia Wise to work with Simon. Wrapped up around the ankles by Steinmetz. Kendra Reynolds almost in over the top of that. In fact, she was. Good work from the number 7. And then earning the penalty out of the Chiefs' oncoming players.
Well, that's great leadership from Kendra Reynolds. She really is a master in and around that breakdown area and hunting out those turnovers. And it's an area that Matatū have really struggled with, but they get opportunity here to really push for some territory in the second half.
Yes, Holmes make sure of this one. And the ref continues to tell the players where to stand. Crucial. Reynolds trained with her many times. She's absolutely savage at training, so it's good to see her doing it back to the Chiefs Manawa.
That one overthrown as well, and Luca Connor first to get to it, so line out breaking down for Matatū. Kelly's going to struggle to try and roll out of there. Does well as Henwood carries up to halfway. And they make a lot of tackles now. Matatū, Happy Wise, almost getting away from Kelly. Violet Happy Wise again. That one loose, but tidied up by Dales, who gets rid of a couple of oncoming Matatū defenders. Lost a little bit of ground here, the Chiefs. Chelsea Bremner. Good clear out from Kalonavale.
Wait.
As Tubic now looks to peel off a few more metres. Holmes is always well positioned. Very good positionally aware fullback. Here's Steinmetz, the real speedster in this Matatū line. And the offload there for Duplessis, who held on to it well. Cormac. Robbins-Retty's got Brooker, just going to chip ahead for herself here, Shea Robbins-Retty, but Tubic, speaking of chip ahead for herself, that's the way to do it, and the step around and the offload. Ball back in field for Hohepa. Connor standing for Tubic out the back. Trying to create some space here. Oh, Willison almost got away. The danger woman, Fitzgerald does, and then losing control of the ball and the carry. Well, there's a willingness to play and keep playing, and sometimes gets a little loose.
Yeah, guys, got a bit of a moment from the Chiefs. We've got Faleafaga and Makia, but from Matatū, bit of a moment. Atlanta Lola here making her debut as well.
Scrum.
Well, look at the position there. It's been all in Chiefs' favour, 77%. But it's also what they're doing with the ball. They're holding phases for long periods of time, building pressure up against Matatū. Once again, they get opportunity here. And fresh legs. And Atlanta Lolo here, she mentioned Ruby on debut. Excited to see what she has to offer this game.
Coach!
Made her Canterbury debut as a teenager. Atlanta Lolo here. Sister Martha on the bench. As Cormac clears. And away goes Rosie Kelly, who's looked dangerous with ball in hand every time. There's Vic Makia, her first tackle made. The first of plenty over the next 30 minutes. Ball again spills though on the Chiefs side. Kicked away possession, and then a mistake that Matatū can ill afford from Amy Duplessis.
Again, that pressure starting to really build up against Matatū. And that's an uncharacteristic mistake from Amy Duplessis, but I'll tell you what, Hazel Tubic has been constantly threatening with her kicking game throughout this whole match. Such a weapon for the Chiefs. She's so calm, collected, and she knows how to put the ball in the right places to get Chiefs and such great attacking opportunity.
That's the mark there.
Well, if this result stays the way, it might open the door here for the Hurricanes and the Blues, and/or the Blues, to leap up over Matatū on the table, as we've got a stack of matches coming to you on Sky Sport this afternoon and this evening. This one from Churchill Park in Lautoka, Fiji. Fiji and Drua taking on the Crusaders. Better scrum this time from Matatū, holding much more firm, but ball still there for the Chiefs as Hohepa crashes in on the angle. Wrapped up by Kelly. Happy Wise will clear. Floats a ball too flat. Oh, brilliantly kept in field by Dales, and the support stayed there by Willison. Ball's out, yeah, everyone noticed it, including Shea Robbins-Retty, and then Duplessis throws a forward pass.
Forward pass.
And just finishing off what we've got coming up for you tonight, Sky Stadium, live on Sky Sport 1. The Hurricanes and the Blues from 7 o'clock. And then we continue on to Australia and the Brumbies and the Reds from Canberra. And the Force taking on Moana Pacifica from Perth.
Okay, you all right? Okay.
If you're still up at
Okay,
midnight.
Time's back on, guys. We'll play on. Mark's here. Forward pass. Your scrum. No, it's their ball.
I sometimes feel, honey, I don't know, with Matatū, that there's just a little bit of a few rushes of blood sometimes, that there's calming influence needed at various points, some of the decision making.
Yeah, well, you think about the leadership that they've lost. The likes of Chelsea Bremner going across to the Chiefs, Kendra Coxedge not in there anymore, so it really takes for the likes of Alana Bremner, Di Henny, Rosie Kelly to really step up, and patience has to be the key for them. They've got quality players across the board, just need to build some pressure.
Another big scrum comes in from the Chiefs to lay a platform to launch this back line. It's left behind this time and snaffled by Brooker on the ground, and it's all over the place. Hands and ball bobbling everywhere, and eventually it comes up in the hands of Dales. Here is Chelsea Bremner.
She's lifted that.
Again, the little chip kick across from Tubic lands in the hands of Connor, and now Horhepper.
Yep.
All comes out again. It's been really untidy on the floor at times. Little bit of indecision in the ranks from Mark here, who's tipped up by Lolo here. Kalunavale still going strong, 55 minutes in. Taken around the ankles by Nellis. Tubic pulling the strings. Horhepper becoming more and more prominent as this match goes on. Carla Horhepper. Vic Markia comes away. Tubic. The hands are good from the tight forwards from the Chiefs. Heidi Fox, though, with a veteran play.
Well, we talked about leadership, and that's exactly what Steph Heidi Fox offers Matatū. Just the experience that she has real calm head, but also her expertise in and around that breakdown area to get over that ball. So isolated Chiefs player goes to ground. She snaps up a vital turnover for Matatū.
Oh, absolutely. She's not only read the play, but she's read the ref. A nice quick picture over the ball, seals it off. Brilliant, brilliant play from such a huge leader. And also, ladies, the day is done for Amy Duplessis. And we've got kicking and league sensation Chante Poko entering the game.
Kiwi Fern International into the fold. Here's Nat Delamere. Robin Retti stripped by Dales. And then back Matatū's way. Ball control and security. First touch from Poko, and then stabs a kick off the right for Steinmetz to chase. She's going to bear down on Willison here. Ball might beat them all. Willison has to force it.
Beautiful option from Poko. That's what I wanted
Your
Matatū
players need to be behind you.
to do, to turn Tanika and Tubic, Tanika Willison and Hazel Tubic around. You have to put the pressure back onto this Manawa outfit. They're just too good.
Yeah, let's go, Black.
Beautiful support out here
Get
today
everyone
too.
behind, please.
Goal line dropout from Tanika Willison. Might have gone out on the full. It has.
Oh,
Yeah, so
no.
it's out on the full. Alana, you can have a scrum wherever you want on the 5 meter, or a re-kick, or the line out.
Most people
Where
take
would
the
you like
scrum, but
Middle?
it means a big ask of her forward pack. They need to get up and they need to win the scrum.
Middle? Yeah. Scrum.
Yeah, good decision from Alana Bremner there to take the scrum.
Black 13
Their line
sub as well.
hasn't been functioning as well as what they would have. Plus, it gives them great opportunity on either side
Time off
to
on the
really
side, and then up and down.
use the space and the width. They've got strike weapons out wide in the likes of Steinmetz and Brooker.
And also sorry, Hans, Carla Hoiper's day is done. Big moment for Abigail Roach to make her presence known.
Just make sure once you put it down, it goes in. Don't double pump. Mark's there. Yep.
First job for Matatū is really to nail the scrum. They've got to change it up front row there. Nat Delamere comes in, Steph Toro, Heidi Fox. But how good has Tanya Kalunivali and Kate Henwood been for the Chiefs so far?
big moment for the Matatū front. Or 8 to step up. It's going to come in and out quickly for Cormac. That might not be a bad thing. Kelly, as they manipulate a move, Robbins-Letty wrapped up. Well read by Willison. It was, yeah, just slightly high though. So they will go and play that advantage eventually. Although no play on here for Kelly. In fact, the penalty will be played for the high tackle.
15 high tackle.
It was Willison coming across on Robbins-Letty. That scrum certainly creaked a wee bit from Matatū, but they were able to get it out quick enough. Tap and go quickly for Te Haere Fox, chopped down by Kennedy Simon. And then another big shot comes in, Kalorna Valley on Lola here. Ball still there though for Matatū. Around the corner, Te Haere Fox full of running. Bremner got going through too, but the Chiefs putting some shots on. Now it's Nellis's turn to carry hard into contact.
No hands!
Ball squeezed out once more. Across they go. Now they must have some numbers, some space. Hodes and Reynolds can't handle the last pass. And it breaks down for Matatū. And the Chiefs absolutely pumped with their defensive effort.
That is huge credit to the goal line defence of Chiefs Manawa. And look at these hits coming in. Tanya Kalorna Valley, boom!
Mark's here.
How do you like that? Take that one and continue to do so. They put pressure on Matatū, unable to turn that vital penalty into some points.
That was massive for Merirangi Paul, shooting out like that. If she didn't disrupt that pass, there were 2 unmarked Matatū players outside her. And today, defence was spelled T-A-N-Y-A after Tanya Kalorna Valley. That was awesome.
Well, look at those tackles from Matatū, 129, almost 100 more than Chiefs. I mean, they are putting in a massive effort.
Okay. Back 5, let's just make sure we're holding back, okay? Reset.
Massive shift from Matatū. They definitely had the want. They'll just be looking back at some of the decisions they made, but that woman right there, I didn't know she was a kung fu master with all her kicks. Being so accurate and so fantastic, leading this game like child's play.
Off the bat comes Dice Faliafunga. She's an athlete and a half. Dice Faliafunga coming back into the game after having twins. They've just left us behind though, the Chiefs, a wee bit, and Reynolds almost scragging it away for Matatū. Instead, it's Connor who tidies up. It has come off a Matatū hand. Off Kendra Reynolds. Here's Kalorna Valley again.
Yeah. That turnover's good. Knock on in the ruck. Coming back.
They'll go back for the knock-on. Ruby, Tanya Kalorna Valley was one of the graduates, wasn't she, of the Black Ferns injuries last year?
In the ruck.
A young prop, only 24, but boy, she's gone from strength to strength.
Yeah, look, if there's one person you do not want to run into, it's the woman on your screen. Colossal carries. I tell everybody, she's a beautiful person off the field, but on it, she's a monster like no other. Hails from the mighty Fiji.
Time off for their sub as well.
Knows her culture and her language well. But what you cannot train, Ricky, is the heart that she shows. Look at those carries, 15. It's got to be some kind of record for a forward in this competition so far. But just in the ruck, she's disturbing them, counter-rucking, and her leg drive is absolutely one of the best in the comp. I might actually talk to her after this, ask if she can give me some tips.
Well, this is a game that she has been targeting, Ruby. She knows her opposite props, Pip Love and Amy Rule, possibly who stood in front of her in terms of those Black Ferns call-ups in that starting lineup. So for her, spin up, massive one up to really put her hand up. Tell Coach Alan Bunting, I'm ready this year. I want a starting jersey, and that's exactly the type of performance that she has been showing throughout the Super Rugby Aupiki.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Hans. Absolutely agree with you. It's a huge point you're making. The Black Ferns coaches have some massive decisions to make. And I just will tell you really quickly, Duplessis had to return to the field with number 11. Steinmetz off for an HIA check, and also Dermody's on the field at number 19.
You've got to be square to her, not this way.
Line break all day. Okay. I've got you inside.
Time's on. Crouch!
So Kulonevale patched up and ready to go again. And away it goes for Happy Wise. It's the attitude here of the Chiefs Manawa. Keep being full of running, and it's they've come off a mere Matatū body on the way. They're just not getting a trick either. Matatū. Yes. Oh, we've got a couple of great guests joining Laura this weekend, or this week rather, on Wednesday. In the women's game, Michaela Blyde just back from another victory on the 7 Series in Vancouver. And Kendra Coxedge, I'm sure, will be dissecting this one between Matatū and the Chiefs. Honey hasn't had the call up yet.
Oh, making an appearance in a couple of weeks. Finals footy time.
In a couple of weeks as well, I think. I think saving the best till last, eh, Hans?
I agree, I agree. The A-team.
Catch Laura and the team, though, Wednesday night, the women's game.
Oh, unlucky Hans, they asked me to be on the first episode. Better luck next time, sis, as the Chiefs continue their dominance here today.
Here they go again, Violet Hape-Wise. This little halfback who came on late in the first half, streaks away, eventually caught just short of halfway, as Chelsea Bremner in the line. Matatū having to scramble back. You hear the screams for offside. And now here's Faleafonga. Lana Bremner brings her down with Lolo here, but Matatū, they have had to do a lot of work defensively. Whether it starts to take a toll in this final quarter. Back they go for Tuba. It's going to try and turn them around again. Hacked off back downfield, Matatū, and it just hands the ball back to Tubic, who's able to dictate and has so much time to decide what she wants to do. It's Dales who puts the chip kick ahead this time as well, and is able to regather again. It came off a Matatū hand, and speaking of hands, how good are they down low? From Abigail Roach from 22, and another penalty.
Well, you have to give credit to the skill set of the Chiefs Manawa. The complete skill set of the back three now. You see, they're so explosive, so dynamic. Real triple threats there. The likes of Abigail Roach, another Kiwi Fern international, comes into the Chiefs Manawa. Georgia Dales has been exceptional, and I love the intent of Hazel Tubic. They want to play running rugby, and why not on a beautiful day like this here in Hamilton?
Yeah, and I think everybody across this Chiefs Manawa outfit is doing their role, which makes everything easier. If Hazel kicks, Georgia Dales is right there chasing it with everything she's got. And ladies, Chiefs Manawa are clearing their entire bench. Haupapa Barrett will replace Luka Connor. You've got Harano Te Iringa in the front row playing today. Te Urupo Namu Magavi gets a run. And also Uppy Nichols from League has come over to Super Rugby. And then for Matatū, Mo'omo'onga Palu enters the frame as well.
There's a big cheer there for Luka Connor as she comes off, but also we heard the big cheer go up for Harono Te Iringa, as we have the Northland Natives women's rugby team here who played earlier in a festival match against the New Zealand Harlequins. They were successful in that match. And Harono Te Iringa, a big fan club here.
Look at this line out, guys. Hazel's left the field and the forwards have just called all the backs into the line out.
Just bodies everywhere, big numbers, as it's Haupapa Barrett who takes it forward for the Chiefs. And there is Harono Te Iringa, her first touch. Gets her just a metre short of the line. Chiefs pressing again, not a lot of room. They don't need much again. Low and hard as Vic Makia stopped on the line as Bremner by Tuahaere Fox. Got to be a hole somewhere. It does come in the end for the Chiefs. Hauling up all sorts of bodies, and it's Grace Haupapa Barrett who comes up with it. as the Chiefs forwards go to work once more.
Well, she only just gets on the field, and I tell you what, she did the exact same thing last week against the Blues. She's on the field for 2 minutes, and she scores a try, because that is what she is so experienced at, and the crowd are really enjoying this amazing performance from Chiefs Manawa today.
Yeah, that's what you want from your bench, isn't it? A huge, courageous move, which means Chiefs are feeling pretty confident, getting the whole back line into the line out. And then Grace Hopapa-Barrett, after Luke O'Connor has shown what she's made of, Grace says, well, guess what? I can do this too.
Well, remember, this was a Chiefs team who were rocked back in the first half by Matatū. The opening 20 minutes was all the Southerners, all the visitors. And then they just let them into it. Some ill discipline at times, decision-making. And the Chiefs have made them pay ever since.
I think, too, the Chiefs reacted at half-time. They saw Matatū defence flying up and they changed their game plan. And I think they just learned a bit quicker at half-time, but a little bit quicker than Matatū. And this has been the result.
Kicks away from Willison, but it's going to be academic now. 46-19 with just under 15 minutes to play. The Chiefs Manawa in control, locking in top spot here, going into the semi-finals of Super Rugby Aupiki. Sends this one soaring. It's accurate again. Gee, that's a great restart.
First one off.
First one curled back in the wind right at the start of the game, but otherwise been a brilliant area, and this is a great opportunity for Matatū. Oh, while we set the scrum, we can go to the Chiefs bench, and Arahiana Marino Tauhine had to leave the field in the first half, but Arahiana, I think you'd be well pleased with your team. What have you made of this effort so far?
Now, awesome effort. The girls are doing really well. Testament to the character of the team. We were down in the first half, but we've come back really, really strong.
What do you put that down to, Arihiana? Just the resilience and the bounce back. You've been in this position before, but you continue to keep building. It's been impressive.
Yeah, I just think we've been given free range to just be free and play. So that's what's happening right now. We're just enjoying ourselves and backing each other up.
And your thoughts on your forwards? I mean, they really are setting the platform for you.
I guess they're all right. Well, I guess what they're doing on the field is just awesome for us as backs and as a team as a whole. Their platform's amazing to strike off, so we're waiting for someone to try step up, but we'll leave that for semis and finals, eh?
And what about you? You're all right? What have you done to yourself?
We'll be right, we'll be right.
All right, we'll let you go and watch this last 12 minutes or so. Kia ora, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Arahiana Marino Tauhine, with all her forwards sitting beside her, I think in that one is Matatū look to try and get something out of this final 10 minutes. They've showed glimpses of quality, but conceding the penalty again, holding on, Brooker. And you get the feeling the Chiefs are just starting to rub it in a little bit too.
Yeah, Azalia Maka getting one up on her opposition. Grace Brooker there. She's really been strong for the Chiefs. Has Maka throughout this competition. She's been playing big minutes, and her combination alongside Carla Kohepa has been very strong. But see the body position there. She gets in over the ball, holds her body well.
Dermody just doing a bit of a Jonah Nganui there. Getting right in and disrupting. So I had to gather myself from Arahiana Marino Tauhine's comment. I wouldn't have been so savage. She's just waiting for another forward pack to step up. But the context is important. Every single team will make the semi-final. So Matatū might be losing by over 20 points today, but they're going to make the semi-final, and finals footy is a different kettle of fish. So what will be crucial moving forward is the takeaways and the learnings from this game. I think clearing your bench is an excellent idea from both teams. Give them that experience because their roles will become significantly more important for finals footy.
And you mentioned that, Ruby. Also, points is vital for Matatū today. They will not want to see Chiefs Manawa in the final. But here we go. They're up with an opportunity here.
Good charge from Brooker for Duplessis standing out on the wing. Amy Duplessis just stopped by Roach. And now just 6 metres short. Matatū, here's Unapalu. This robust young front rower. Carries them a couple of metres away from the line. Options left and right here for Cormac. It's Delamere she goes to. Nat Delamere is over the line. Nat Delamere scores.
Well, that is great work from Natalie Delamere. She comes on after the second half, and she done a great job really holding up that initial scrum. Back here you see Unapalu, she makes good inroads, pushing back the Chiefs defence. But look at the line here from Delamere. She gets on the inside of Makia and Grace Haupapa-Barrett. She'll be proud of that one.
Yeah, I take that back to the line out too of Dermody as Holmes quickly brings it home because they don't have much time to go in this game to get some points. But Dermody disrupting the Chiefs line out is huge. The Chiefs aren't used to it, having their set piece disrupted. And this is what happens when the forwards step up. Huge carries from your front row, that's what you want. And they were able to actually get that ball out wide and stretch the Chiefs defence so Delamere could go right through the middle. And just a heads up, guys, Steinmetz has failed her HIA, so Duplessis is staying on the field, but massive play from Delamere.
Nat Delamere, who moved from this part of the country down to Matatū so she could get some more game time at hooker. Also play number 8. Going to go and play Super W again as well. Play it really to keep an eye on. He's part of that Black Ferns World Cup squad as well. Love to see her get some more game time, some more minutes.
Yeah, it's not all about scoring tries, but some players like Nat Delamere, she did it in the World Cup as well. Doesn't get much game time, but if you're coming on and you're giving your team 5 points, it is crucial, and to keep that competition high in our country.
Just going to fall again for Delamere from the line out. And Matatū throwing a little bit more at the Chiefs now, and that is a good clearing kick. Raking downfield. Nicely tidied up in the end by Aupiki Nichols it was, shooting back there in 23.
Thank you.
Robin's-Letty
Inside her 50.
again looking for the 50-22, and that's a good kick as well. Is it just going to break the right way for her? Holding, rolling. Unlucky for Shay Robin's-Letty. As well, Nichols is going to run it out, kick it out from her own territory. And they'll get the ball back here, Matatū.
Mark's here.
Cormac goes for Tiohare Fox. They've got numbers if they can get it out there. Nellis just couldn't get it to the speed of Holmes on the outside, allowing the Chiefs to reset. That one will fall, well, won't fall for Holmes. Gets it back eventually. Matatū looking for a second strike in the half. The Grace Steinmetz try in the first half seems a very long time away when they went 19-8 up. Cormac now, Tiohare Fox. Gee, she's had good impact off the bench. Now Shay Robin's-Letty gets them moving. Hands are good from Brooker to Jenkins, and Lucy Jenkins scores for Matatū.
Well, that shows real resilience from Matatū to come back and stay in this fight. And you have to give credit to the interplay of their forwards and their backs, but also the impact from the bench, as you mentioned. They've come on, they've made a massive difference. They've kept the Chiefs Manawa camp back up on their line, and then they make them pay, well, taking away some points there.
It was the kicking battle for me too, Hans. Matatū won it. Aupiki Nichols had no choice but to try and hack it out. And they ended up in the right part of the field, and Robins Reti just playing that pivot role, drawing and passing, getting the ball out. Great try.
Home from wide. We'll try and curl it around, not quite for Renee Holmes and Matatū, but they fought back really well, 46-31. And it was a nice finish. All the parts are there for Matatū. A few things to sort out. They could still threaten in this competition.
Three minutes to score 15 points is a bit of an ask, but I agree with you, Ricky. Some amazing plays by Matatū still.
Ball brought down by Renee Holmes, who's been solid again for Matatū, and then they concede a penalty though. He's held on too long. It might have been Georgia Dowles. Another solid performance from her.
She has been exceptional throughout this game. She is involved heavily on both sides of the ball, but everything she does with intent. She does with conviction. She backs herself. Her confidence has grown exceptionally since she has moved into this Chiefs Manawa team. And she is having a great season.
Ball's not out from the kick to touch, the penalty kick to touch. So Matatū and that whopping boot of Poko sends this back down to Nichols. Willison, there is Dowles, the Wellingtonian, making a great fist of life in the Waikato. Willison. Hockey-wise, here's McGarvey. Tieringa stands firm. Chiefs perhaps not done with their scoring either. Well, that's gone through the breadbasket for Nichols, and Brooke has got onto that one. She's got a great turn of speed, Grace Brooker, and all the skill in the world to reach out and score, Grace Brooker.
That is an impressive individual effort from Grace Brooker, and we're so good to see her big smile. As she jogs back, she'll be wrapped with that. Renee Holmes will want to take this kick quickly, because they have not given up. They know that they're still very much in this fight.
Oh, kick's only as good as its chase, isn't it? And a loose ball, as we see. Api Nichols, very skilled footy player. Not like her at all. But a little hack like that and giving your absolute all to the chase, that's what happens. Gosh, I love this game.
Shades of last season, not quite as high scoring last year, but Matatū came back at the Chiefs. Gave themselves a chance to get into it.
I've got a minute, Lee. Big screen accurate?
So just under a minute to go.
1 minute.
The difference 8.
1 minute to play.
The maths don't really work out on Matatū's side, but stranger things have happened.
1 minute.
Palu underneath this, juggles it, and then carries hard on the Palu. Cormac. Up the back they go. Brooker, who scored that great try just now. Kelly. Quick hands across the face, it goes for Jenkins, and it's just gone forward. Well, they had to chance their arm. And the Chiefs, well, the damage was done either side of half-time.
Here we go. So we have to have the scrum, but then full time. Yeah, let's go.
Well, they'll go to the scrum, and no doubt we'll see Chiefs kick to the line, because they know that they win this, they go through as first spot for the semi-finals next week. But full credit to Matatū, showing real fight back in this closing 5 minutes.
In and out they go for the Chiefs to seal the deal, seal top spot and another win They remain unbeaten. They had to do it the hard way, but showed all their skill and ability up front and out wide. The Chiefs wrap up an impressive win, 46-38. They beat Matatū.
Thanks to our members, sponsors, including our sponsors.